Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some more RahXephon because, well, we just can't help ourselves. We love having no idea what's going on. Sometime around last time, we were, in a cozy little hangout episode. Ayato gets adopted by a new family and starts to like them. There's more subtext between him and, his new girlfriend, I suppose. Uh, but they eventually come to the family. He starts to feel invited, and it's kind of like a big break of an episode all around. That's a lot of what I remember. Theta, does that sound about right?
So it's always just weird when you throw in my name at the end of a sentence.
Catch it completely off guard.
Well, I mean, transparency's sake, you refreshed yourself just before we were recording. So,
That's right. I looked at exactly like 6 frames of the episode, so I remember vaguely what I watched, which is the big important piece of the episode is that Ayato feels like he's found a place where he can feel happy and content and fully invited for right now, which is as opposed to being a complete prisoner on a ship and being very unhappy, which I believe led to him calling on the RahXephon to rescue him, essentially.
just for the sake of comedy, I have the same reaction when Griff tells me he's refreshing himself on the previous episode that Mjoran has when Suletta decides to pancake somebody with Ariel.
Hey, I gotta give people some kind of content here, right?
Well, specifically because it's all you. This is, as I said before, the inverse of the Full Metal Alchemist reactions where you prod me to remember everything. This is where you're supposed to remember everything.
Well, you gotta ask me to remember some things, but I think,
Okay,
like I said,
who was in the picture?
A whole bunch of people looks like they were about to go to war, I think.
Nope.
I can't remember which picture.
There's also a double dammer because I decided to use that picture as the thumbnail for that last episode too.
Oh no. But it does at least strike me that this is a ploy by the military, essentially, right? Because the person who runs the house is related to the big general that hates everybody, as far as I remember. And last time that they had Ayato trapped, the RahXephon came and broke him out. So now they're putting him to a far more comfortable prison for observation.
Did it?
That would be my meta idea or explanation.
No, did it though, Griffin? Did it
Did
though?
it? Did what? Did whom what?
Sorry, I said it and then you kept going, so now it's a lost thread.
Did RahXephon break Ayato out?
Yes.
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Because he was in prison and then he wasn't. And then he was in the RahXephon.
Right, but the room was never unsealed.
Right. They have weird teleportation powers.
Oh, so your claim now is that Ayato doesn't have weird teleportation powers.
You know, until he starts teleporting around like he's Nightcrawler, I really don't know. But all I know is that he did it.
So you're saying he did it?
Forces beyond our control have done it. We're in the same boat as the humans right now. Who the hell is this kid? Why does he keep doing this? And how come we can't get him into the mech?
But are we staying with humans?
Oh, yeah, no, there's a fun question. If this is the, timey-wimey, I am my own grandfather paradox thing, and he's half alien, there's gotta be an injection of alien somewhere along the line.
I was referring more to the very end of the episode.
Oh, to the very end of the episode, yeah, where we have the doctor, the piano stuff, and a lot of the, creepy inferences that they're doing stuff, right?
I don't remember the exact analogy they made, but something like, do you know why cherry blossom trees are red? And they
Oh, because they're like grow on blood and stuff, and it's just like, so then we have some blue ones, so there's a bunch of dead alien bodies around here, huh?
I believe that's what the end of the episode was.
Right.
Again,
So,
we have to also remind that we watch like one episode a month, so...
Right.
I'm working on a memory of plus 20 years, and then a month.
I'm glad you brought that up, because, like, that was, like, the kicker to the entire episode to maybe, like, tie it together. But we won't know until they tell us more, until, like, we see the alien experiments happening underground or something. So, that's up to us to watch. But I guess the question is, so is the Doctor an alien or not?
That is certainly a question.
I think there's only one way we can find that out, and that's by watching. But of course, before we begin, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon, which you're probably watching right now. It's just $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all support challenges, a little bit extra.
I mean, there's a number of big mystery box items that you still haven't figured out yet. That have been in front of you the entire time.
Oh, I'm sure they've just been showing us stuff the entire time, but until we get context, it just doesn't matter, does it?
I mean, it does. It matters a lot. Unfortunately, at this point in the story, the main character doesn't realize it either.
Right.
There's been a specific reason I've been, like, calling him an asshole sometimes. Because he doesn't realize the harm he's inflicting on others by the mystery box that he himself has not discovered exists.
Right. He is as the audience. He is as confused about the world as we are.
And I don't feel like I'm harming anything here by letting you know that, because you still don't understand either.
No, I basically have figured that too, right? We've talked about that extensively, I think. But, this is episode 6, and he's still not in that uniform. So is it gonna be today, or next time?
7 years from now.
Ooh, Starfort. Or Star Garden, I guess. Snowbucks, my favorite. Oh gosh, it spilled all over my McDonald's coffee. What?
Obliterated cities. Man, media players went weird, didn't they?
Reminds me of, like, the MP3 player I had back in, like, 2008.
It's just imagining the future and being unable to imagine not having removable media.
Even the other characters are shipping them now. So the general public is aware of a secret weapon.
It's literally a giant dome you can see in the distance. Hard to cover up.
Oh, he looks trustworthy.
Looks like a panda.
Even the character's like, he's an asshole.
我らが司令官殿の大ピンチさ。
安保理の中ではテラ解体という意見も出てるようですか？
そうした意見も出るくらいの方が組織としては健全でしょう。
調査段階で一切不手際はなかったとお考えですか？
調査活動には細心の注意を払っておりますが、完璧を求めることは困難です。
それにしても妙な話ですな。アマト通信の二神です。いや何ね、ちょうどその日連合の輸送艦が二来島に行ってるんですよ。ところが戻ってきた輸送艦の中身は出た時と同じ空っぽときた。
連合の事情だ。我々に聞かれても困る。
Room full of suit and tie reporters, country bumpkin reporter has to stand up.
受け取ろうとして受け取れなかったもの。ズバリテラの秘密兵器。
ほう、初耳ですな。どうやら私にも。
Love the reaction there. The commander is like really actually doing great at that. Hedging every answer.
手を出さなければ永遠に閉じこもっててくれると思ってるのよ。
解体されてもこの国の事なかれ主義は変わらずですね。
Peace at any cost.
なんだこりゃ。
Somebody touched my bike rack alarm.
まさかの地上絵だな。
The Nazca's lines aren't that deep.
Well, in fact, they're raised up, so they're not deep at all. They're the opposite of deep.
Wait, Nazca lines? Pandora's box? This is Avatar!
くのぎさんだけでも戻れないんですか？
総一、お前ならできる。
I honestly didn't get the connection, so.
でも
They're space Native Americans.
The Nazca lines aren't in America.
これが14年前にオーストラリアで確認された D1 アリアの音紋。音の特徴。
Got that, didn't you?
そしてこれが函館の D1
Hey, I gotta make a joke somehow.
14年前に確認されたタイプと同じと考えて間違いないでしょう。それでは14年前の状況説明は情報部さんよろしく。
キサラギ博士の報告にある D1 はキャンベラをはじめ8つの都市を消滅させ
Sorry, is that Australia?
6万の市民が犠牲になりました。
I think just a weird line.
600万
No, the map behind her was. Yeah, Australia, it said it on the top.
600万って本当？
本当よ。
俺この間まで世界の総人口は2300万人だって信じてたからね。だとしたら世界の4人に1人が消えちゃったってことだろ。これってすごくない？
Isn't it amazing they all got obliterated?
そんな化け物と戦ってたんだ。
何過去形で語ってんの？さっさとラーゼフォンに乗ってあれもやっつけてよ。
言ったろ。戦うのはごめんだって。乗りたくて乗ったんじゃない。
でも乗れるのは君だけなんでしょ。
それはそっちの都合だろ。俺には関係ない。
ただ飯食うつもり？
働けばいいんだろ。
君みたいなお坊ちゃんがそんなんでやってけると思ってんの？やめなよキム。ラーゼフォンに乗る以外。
Damn, this science meeting really turned quickly into just like, let's berate Ayato a little.
俺のこと知らないくせに。
I mean, he is the only one apparently that can pilot the giant machine that can save us all.
はい、そこまで。2人とも廊下に立ってなさい。
You're both getting detention later. They made the joke.
殺されたんだ。キムの両親。ちょうどオーストラリアに旅行してて、その時に仇なんだよ。だからあんなに。私にも手伝わせてください。
君の仕事はムーの解析じゃない。
でも仇なんだあいつは。
だからダメなんだ。
I guess you could always have a daughter and put her into a mobile suit.
お邪魔だったかな。
いや、ちょうど終わったところですから。
失礼します。
ちょっと待って。これ情報部に回しといてくれる？函館の D1 アリアさ。
40年だ。これを実現させるのに40年かかったよ。
間に合いますでしょうか。
案ずることはない。
Oh gosh, we're getting another Sympho gear. Ancient technology.
運用はうちが任されると考えて。
そのつもりだよ。
RahXephon came out first.
I know.
ご送検で何よりです。バーベム家。安保理の方は
連合はラーゼフォンの運用に関して中止しつつ有事に備えるということで合意に達しました。
事実上の黙認だな。
はい、これも財団のおかげです。お力添え感謝いたします。
I was just thinking, what's a Terminator but reverse?
Cavemen come from the past to ruin to help modern society.
Well, you know, they found the super advanced Terminator parts and buried, and then they dig them up and...
Oh, I know what the name of the movie for Reverse Terminator is. Flintstones in New York.
No, wouldn't that just be the one where the Flintstones and the Jetsons switch places? Because that already exists, too.
Oh gosh, yeah, it would be.
そうよ、勝手に持ち出したの。言いたければ言えば。瀬戸望む町。瀬戸望む町。星の車を備え。
Alright, that's a line that needs to be saved and, like, analyzed.
Well, that's what she's doing, technically. It's on the thing that she's listening to. Apparently she's the only one who understood it.
Well, he got into the outfit pretty quickly. I love the little detail that, like, the neck thing lights up when everybody talks, so that's so cute.
It's neat. I wouldn't say it's cute.
It's a detail they didn't have to put in.
嘘はついてないよ。聞かれないから話さないだけさ。
じゃあ私が教えてもいいのね。
君はやらないよ。
どうして？
真実と幸せは意外に遠いものさ。それがわかるくらいには大人でしょ。
Don't tell him about the orange juice. What?
1週間前にオーストラリアに出現したムーの攻撃兵器が新たにシドニーを消滅させました。これで消滅した都市は5つ、およそ400万の人命が失われたことになり、
2週間って言うから預かってたのに、一生なんて冗談じゃないよ。
広島のイーさんは今回の騒ぎで工場フル回転だって。こういうのってムーで儲けた人が負担するべきじゃない。
People who profited by them. Oh no. There's more to this.
オーストラリアからです。
What's in the box? What's in the box?
The literal mystery box now, my word.
Can't escape happy birthday, Griff.
Oh gosh. Oh. Your parents are dead.
Nothing ever good comes from happy birthday, Griff.
これがラストメッセージ。メッセージ。はじめは瀬戸望む町、星の車を備え。ご了確。
Where is that?
この音紋にオーストラリアを重ねると、
Oh.
ほら、あの D1 は出現する場所を予告しながら動いているんです。今回の歌もちゃんと函館を。
キム・ホタル少尉、機密情報を無断でコピーしたね。
それは。
なるほど。発想の転換か。あの歌が予告編だったとはね。ただそれだけじゃ組織は動かせない。関係各所を説得する材料、費用対効果、責任の所在が。と、当時あたりなら言うだろうね。
それじゃ。
We're a fictional organization. We don't have to listen to anybody.
The USDF responsible. Us? Not at all.
どういたしまして。
Let's start moving people around based on a hunch.
次に出現するのは。
I mean, better safe than sorry.
本当に来るんでしょうね。
Ooh, we're back to the smooth jazz.
そんな曖昧なことで私を重用したの？現場の判断ってやつよ。だいたい情報部のあなたがなんでいるわけよ。いいでしょ。あの少年がそんなに心配。その少年に抱きついて迫ったのは誰でしたっけ？この転属願い出したんだって？
よく当時を説得できましたね。
D1 はラーゼフォンを狙うと思ってるみたいだよ。
USDF. I convinced the USDA.
現れました。2時方向8キロ。
聞こえた、ヤト君。現れたよ。
よし。
Ah, someone turned on no clip.
Oh yeah, there's that bowling ball pin. Remember that from 24th Ward?
Oh gosh.
This must be where 24th Ward takes place. See if you're scared.
It like has nothing except to scream and smash itself against it.
You remember what they're called?
Dolls?
Nope.
Dolan.
So close.
I can imagine nothing good happens once you sink into concrete.
Depends on if it's wet or not. Yes, the famous strength of electrical wire.
Here we go, the missing scene.
I mean, get ready for a lot of stuff like this, Griff.
俺は乗れるから。 自分でできることをやろうってそう思ったんだ。
Well then.
The confusing bit there is you can clearly hear him breathing in and out. So, must not actually be underwater. Or he's already drowned.
Yeah. What are the properties of phase space? Let's find out. Oh, and there's like a good several million in property damage immediately.
Well, pointedly, I think they already evacuated the area, though, so no deaths, at least.
Yeah, I think that's the idea they were talking about earlier.
作戦は成功だって。
はい。ヤグも調査がうまくやってくれたようです。
聞いたよ。現場の判断っていいもんだね。あの時はそれがなかった。
昔のことです。もう昔の。
What's in the box? Hey, the bottom right-hand corner of the picture.
19歳。おめでとう。
So, what happened?
What do you mean,
I
what
just
happened? Is that why you were so quiet? You couldn't figure out what was happening?
I was needing to absorb information, but that was 22 minutes of what did I just watch?
You don't understand what's happening, Griff. Say something.
Okay, I should go ahead and say the missing scene was, wait, why did Ayato decide to suddenly start piloting? They skipped that entire thing, and then they did it again at the end. But we'll start covering those thoughts in a little bit, I think.
Well, I mean, they expressed it during the science conference.
Right, he said, no way, no how, not gonna happen. And then said, oh, I guess she wants revenge. Okay. I never heard him, like, agree to do it after that.
Well, I mean, because he was talking about, oh, so, like, 1 in 4 people on the Earth died or some shit like this. When he's talking about his viewpoints on things. And then he learns somebody else's viewpoints through a very loud argument in front of a lot of people that only serves to embarrass him to the point that somebody else then has to come out and talk to him.
Right, all the context is there, but like he never made the action or assertion, which is what ended up being confusing.
Right, and then you saw...
He never expressed a change of heart. Alright.
But as I said, get ready for a lot of scenes like that. After the fact scenes.
It was definitely a lot of stuff all at once. But I think like once they got back around to explaining, I was like, okay, no, they just put it like in the wrong spot as far as like I was thinking in my mental processes, but that's okay. The important thing is that did he really change his mind in that scene where they were sitting down talking to each other, or did he receive a sign from the RahXephon / the mystery girl that nobody else can see to go do it?
I mean, what do you think and why?
Well, the page was blank. He said, I haven't really drawn anything. I didn't know what to do. And then when we look back at it, he's already drawn the girl again, indicating that the girl has been manipulating his mind again in some way. Which, as I think I previously thought, represents and or is the RahXephon itself in some way.
And you think that's what she's doing?
Wants him to pilot. Yeah, the RahXephon wants to be piloted by Hayato.
I do think it's interesting that you think that all of the... Oh, shit. My brain. What is the words I'm looking for here? Agency. All the agency of the show is on the mobile suit and not the main character.
I mean, it depends on reading, yes. Like, I'm choosing an interpretation here just because I'm like, oh, that seems like interesting and dramatic. But you are also correct. Ayato has agency here. He's expressing his thoughts and feelings. We have connective tissue showing like, yeah, he had a big argument, he got embarrassed, he thought about it and decided, no, maybe I really should do something instead of being, a little bit of a jerk. And then he goes out and does it. That is a perfectly good through line, perfectly ordinary narrative, and 100% makes sense. But this is a weird-ass mystery box show, and I'm expecting the weird-ass mystery box. Not just Ayato decides that it's a good idea to save people.
That's what I'm saying. If you're saying that the girl represents the machine, and the machine is the machine, then thoughts and feelings alone do not represent agency. If you're saying that Ayato can't teleport, and that the machine teleported him, and then made him fight because he was already teleported into the machine, then in that moment, you're saying Ayato had no agency. If you're saying that the machine manipulated his mind into making him decide to start fighting, well, then he had no choice but then to start fighting, because then again, he had no agency. So you're saying that the main character of the show is the machine that we don't see very often.
Ayato is very much a Shinji. He very much is like not actively choosing anything right now. At least that's the way like it feels. He is in fact drifting and being controlled by other people. He's the object in a lot of ways. But like if I were to make another guess, it would be that maybe the truth is somewhere in between. Maybe these two things are two sides of the same coin, let's say. Both sides, the RahXephon and Mystery Girl and Ayato, are technically all going in the same direction. It's just that the experience or perception of it is different depending on which way you're looking at it. If that makes a lot of sense.
You also have to remember that I'm balancing what I know to be the truth with what you're suggesting, so it's the same thing that I had the problem with in Ranking of Kings, of trying not to say spoilers.
Hot or cold? Let's say hot or cold.
No, I'm not playing that game. I'm trying to pretend that I'm in the same moment that you're in, and exploring the same space from that perspective. Like, I've said I don't remember everything about the show, but the things that we're talking about are things that I do at least remember, so it's hard to put them into context. And of course, I love Gaslight, but
of course,
yeah, God, how do I put it? There are at least a number of characters that you could possibly not pay attention to right now and not miss a lot. And there's a bunch of characters that you should be paying extreme attention to right now that you might not think that you should. And they might not be the characters that are even pushed in front of you right now, but are still existent on screen.
I guess I will say the show is definitely very interested in cutting to specific characters to represent that there's some connection between them and what's happening and all that. And of course, we get plenty of scenes of other characters monologuing as well. And we keep seeing Alien Girl too. Pink-haired Alien Girl.
Yeah, the show does do a lot of blink and you'll miss it things.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were in the middle of a fight and then the girl appears on screen for half a second. And you'd be like, if you blinked in that moment, you wouldn't know anything else was going on.
Yup. So that she's still connected to it is interesting. She's already demonstrated, like, she can just understand what the music is and literally informed somebody about it.
Yep.
So, I mean, like, she's got stuff going on. Well, what is it? I don't know. Mystery box is still closed.
Like I said, the show has a number of layers. There's the layer of stuff in front of you in the moment, which is important to a plot point in the now. But I feel like this show has a lot more in common with like shows like Babylon 5, right? Which has like a plot that's written out 6 seasons deep. So something that happens like episode 4 is indicative of something that's going to happen season 4, episode 3, you know, something like that. So you have your front important stuff. Oh my god, is Becky going to go out with Dale? You know, that kind of shit. And then you have stuff that's happening in the background of the same scene that might not be important for 20 more episodes. But if you think about it now, in 20 episodes, you'll be like, oh my fucking god. How did I not see it?
We have narrative parallax here. We're following along with like the front scene, and the back scene is just like slowly drifting as well.
Yeah, I mean, a ton of stuff has already happened that if you happen to remember it near the end of the series, you're going to be mind blown.
Speaking of blink and miss it, though, the dialogue in this episode was just like going by so fast. Every argument was light speed. I almost missed the fact that they literally just said, oh yeah, the people who keep dealing with the Moo, like, this will eventually hurt them too, or something.
Yeah.
People have been actively dealing and trading with them. They aren't just a mysterious enemy force that nobody can comprehend or deal with.
I will admit that's something I've forgotten about, and I don't recall much about it, so...
Yeah,
I don't have anything I say on that matter completely on your level, so I have no idea.
They also mentioned a longer M name when they started talking about like the Nazca lines and stuff like that, which wasn't the Moo, but also still implicated the alien forces. I don't remember exactly what they said, because again, went by it really quickly. Is it theoretically possible there's 2 different alien forces happening here at the same time?
Yes, it is theoretically possible.
Do the Moo actually have any control over these Dolems or whatever they were?
Well, now you guessed it right. That's it, it's Dolem. Just think Golem with a D. They're Dolems.
Oh, it's so silly. I honestly might as well just call them golems. That's what they are.
Well, I think the emphasis is that they're... Well, no, I think Dolem is actually a thing. A specific thing that's not a golem. But I think specifically they're not machines. They're supposed to be like giant clay things or something like that. So
yeah, like at the end, like that one, like immediately like lost all color and was just being tossed around. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess they've gone already.
Well, you also remember what you've seen before about them. Sorry, I'm just realizing that trying to refresh your memory might also be indicative of giving spoilers.
Right, they have like the underground base where they have like a bunch of weird singers strapped up to cybernetic VR headsets, which also seem to control and or activate the Dolems as well, and the Moos seem to be the ones who are actively doing those things. But is that their technology actually?
Whose technology?
Are the Dolems the Moo's technology? Or just a thing they came to Earth for, grabbed, and started using?
I mean,
again, third faction here is what I'm looking for now.
Right.
I feel like I have evidence bits for it. We'll know once some weird stuff starts happening. Which that's the whole show, so
I mean, theoretically anything is possible.
So Theta, is there anything in our discussion that you think that I missed from specifically this episode as like important? Like, Happy Birthday was like a good character arc, but that's not like a plot point for the mystery box, right?
Well, I mean, it was literally a plot point for the mystery box.
It was a mystery box.
It was a mystery box, and it was Happy Birthday was literally a plot point for the mystery box. So,
does stuff only happen on the 19th?
I don't get that.
Well, she said like happy 19th, so her birthday is on the 19th.
We're recording this on the 19th, so that was doubly confusing to me.
It's today, Theta. It's today. Look out.
One would assume she just turned 19 today, and it was her birthday.
She doesn't look 19. Or does it? It doesn't feel 19. She said 20 years ago.
There's something I want to say about an overload reaction that we did, but I've edited that out, so... I just want to say that possibly, Griff, you don't have the fullest grasp of how old anime characters are.
That is also fair. So, I think then on that note, we've covered as much as we can possibly remember. Let's see how things go next month. So everybody, this has been Stoneface Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we will catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?